Greetings. Barikama I here of Barikapa Mystics, and we are here today to do the monthly. I had to give my shit, I forgot my water. Wusa for the month that has just passed, and to the month that is coming. Okay, so we have left the knowing the power, ascertaining our power from the August month, the 8th month, the cyclic month. And moving into the 9th month, the culminating month is the completer. Okay, September is the 9th month, and number 9 is said about the number 9 actually. It's the ending of the single digits, and it's also the culmination. We're calling it, dubbing this season culmination season. And of course, because it is the season of the 9 and it is an up to harvest, we're going to have the equinox coming in as well. So it's a time to reap what you have sown. Okay, check what you have been sowing to be sure what you are going to reap. Yes, we're leaving Leo season on the 15th and moving into Virgo season. Virgo's all about the harvest. And there are a lot of Virgos out in this world, because Virgo constellation takes up about 50% of the sky, just under. So the 9 energy is all about, again, culmination, completing cycles, okay? Ending old cycles to begin new cycles, okay? And it's dubbing it culmination. Why? Because once you've gone through the 0 to the 9, you have experienced all there is, at least in the single digit sense, and when you get to the 9, you have gained all the wisdom from all the numbers prior, from the abyss, the 0 to the 8, the power. Okay, and so the 9 has this energy of humanitarianism, wanting to be there, show the way of what they've known to the world. The 9 also is governed by Mars, which is that fire energy, which is that go-getter, is that looking at the stuff that I need to do and how I'm about to go and move towards it. It's masculine energy. It's go-getter, mentioned that. It's fire, it's passion, it is spirit, okay? It is also affiliated to war and sex and just movement, passionate movement forward, okay? But on the flip side, 9 is also very, sometimes like a martyr, it's so down for humanitarianism that sometimes shoots itself in a foot, or just wants to give so much that they don't realize how, the scales may not be balanced. Because in order to give adequately, you have to also receive, so it's that give and take, again, balance. What else about the 9? Yeah, so it's fiery, governed by Mars. So we have a lot of energy. Today I got like so much done. Like, again, working with the energies, because I knew that it was going to be a 1 day, which is governed by soul. And then we're on a 9 vibration governed by Mars. And it's the beginning of the month. I always do something fresh and new and different at the beginning of stages, or different cycles in life, in the seasons. So all well in plan. But remember, this month it's all about fire, movement, energy. Use your energy wisely. What have you learned from the past, from when you was checking your spirit and not losing your soul in the 7th month, and understanding your cyclic nature, your past karma, and owning your power? And right now in this 9 month is all about culminating that, integrating that. And the full lock and key on the integration will be in the 10th month, which is that unity, that 0 and the 1 together is the integration of the yin and the yang, the spirit and the matter. So in this month, we are being asked generally to figure it all out somewhat. What is it that you actually really want? What have you learned from the past? And how are you, do you know how best to move forward? If not, seek the answers. If you do, work it out, work through it, do what you need to do. Okay? And this month is a really busy one, actually. I find it, but there's a lot of set dates that are very energetic. Let me show you my calendar. Much busier than last month if you took note of that, because there's all these little circles I have in the dates as well. I didn't have that much going on last month. And a lot of the dates, they're not so much specific like movements, but it's the alignments that detail a very pleasant, either a very pleasant day or a very emotive day or very action oriented day. And of course, we're reinstating the daily power hours again. And I'm contemplating whether I'm going to do it daily, succinctly, on purpose, or am I just going to pick certain dates that I see have very significant energies to, to relate to you all and to give you a heads up on. But we'll see how we flow, because I kind of like the dailies. It helps me out as well. But then it can get a bit taxing to balance and see how it goes. So the first is Saturn's day. Okay, the first day of this 9-month is Saturn. The black, the brown, and the indigo. It's not, it's dark navy blue, but it's the closest I can get, right? And the moon is in Aries, and it'll be moving into Taurus. Probably is in Taurus by now because we're well into the evening on my side. But why significant? Why make a point about the day starts and the energies around that day? Because it's a gauge for how to best move forward. Okay, and in the end, it helps you as well to help culminate that understanding of the energies of the last 30 or 31 days, and then how we're gonna the last almost the last foot outside the door from the past can help us move into the future. So the last day as well we'll look at, which is on the 30th. And interestingly enough, on the 30th is the same day that Pluto stations direct in Sagittarius on a soul day. So let's run through this real quick. So today being a Saturn day, Saturn is all about your purpose. Are you responding to your abilities? Do check out the readings I just did for the past karma work. Last month, in the August month, we did a whole set on just past karma, and this time around we're doing it just for Saturn and Pluto, what the message that they have specifically for you to move forward. Okay. And Saturn again, looking at your purpose, your reason for being. Why did you incarnate? Because we all come into this life for a reason. Okay, for a purpose or purposes, and we're here to fulfill them. And if we don't, we get lessons again, like the karmic lessons, to reiterate that we have to, that the universe reiterates, and then we have to go through the lessons again. Okay, so again, we're starting on the Aries mood, which is all about self. I am. It's fire, and it goes well hand in hand with the energy of the month, which is a fire energy as well. So number 9, and 9 is, as well as Aries, ruled by Mars energy. Okay, so it's moving from Aries into Taurus. So it's like for this culmination season, as we move forward, we have to think about not just what we need for ourselves, but what we value for ourselves. So again, it's not just looking at our physical needs, but our extended needs as well. Okay. And love keeps coming to mind, because last month at the bottom of the deck we had the Lovers, and this month we had the Lovers as well. And it's seemingly like, like we don't really know, but people try to act like it's not so. Love is the focus. Love is always like at the front or at the forefront, whether you want to realize it or not, or whether you take note or not. And it's all about us realizing that there's different types of love. There's the mundane plain love, okay, where we have got all kinds of programs set to say like, oh, this is this and this is that, and accept that, and we won't tolerate this and that. But there is also the higher plane love, okay, which is unconditional, which only comes in 4 different. We're talking about romantics. I mean, not necessarily, because we have soul group members as well, which can entail your family, your friends, and everybody else. But even in that soulmate group relationship, you can also have a romantic partner. Okay. But love in general, love for self first, above all else, and thereafter everybody else in time. Because we're not negating others. That's why people think that, oh, loving yourself is selfish. Like, of course not. You have to always be for self. No one can see through your eyes. You can't tell someone, look, take my eyes, you look through that. What do you see? No, I have to look at myself first. I have to see through myself first. And it's a good thing to actually look at yourself as well, because I realize that not a lot of us take enough time to look at ourselves. We get told that looking in the mirror is a bad thing. It's not. Because mate, I remember the first time I actually really like consciously took a mirror and looked at my face. I was fucking scared. I was like, oh, is that the look that people there be fearing? I was like, and I didn't even know that was a thing until later. And I was like, oh, yeah, I realized just there's so much that you can take from yourself, understanding yourself, when you just take a mirror to your face. Okay? So much will be revealed. Try that. So yeah, definitely mundane love or the real divine kind of love. Okay? Again, self first, others after. Spirit first, matter after. And that is what we're culminating in this season. Understanding that everything that we need is spiritual. Good thanks. I got my confirmations. Everything that we need, everything that we want, everything that we create, anything that we want to manifest comes from the unseen first into the physical, tangible, seen after. So that's why it's so important for us to always check the energetics, the etheric, the non-tangible, the unseen things. Because you could be looking for something, and because it's right in there, you're not going to know because of what you see out here. But what you're looking for is always going to be inside, even what you seek in somebody else. And we can't look inside unless we're surgeons. And even if we're surgeons, we don't really see what the God, the all-seeing eye sees. And that's where it's all at, my G. But anyway, and we're ending, like I said, on a soul day, which is all about our soul, checking our soul's purpose, our reason for being, again, similarly to Saturn, and having joy and moving with love for and through it. And this is the same day that Pluto goes station direct. And Pluto's looking at, it's funny, I didn't even check that, Saturn and Pluto. I love my guides, because sometimes they be giving me messages and I'm like, okay, whatever, let's do it. Are you sure though? Can I just leave it? And then when I get hit with all of this, it's like, this is why they told me, do Saturn and Pluto only. I was like, is there any point me even doing that anymore? I've already done the past couple work in August. They were like, just do it. And now I see, like, it starts this month on a Saturn day and it ends on a Pluto. I mean, it ends on a Pluto because Pluto's going station direct. And these are all telltale signs of what we need to work on. Okay, so please do check out the readings. None of them is longer than 10 minutes. So, I did them really short this time. I didn't even know how. But, it's that Mars energy, I feel, really. And Pluto and Saturn, they're both retrograde in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is that higher mind ruled by Jupiter, the expander, the generous one. The generous one, the opportune one, brings a lot of opportunity to you. But with Jupiter, I don't think you could just sit on your laurels and be like, yeah, okay, let me see what comes next. No, they're gonna come at you. It's up to you to make the moves forward. You're gonna be hit with, heart and gut. But if you don't move to it because your head's telling you, oh no, this, that, and the other, then you're gonna miss your boat. You're gonna miss your gift. You're gonna miss your blessing. Please, so learn your lessons. I ain't trying to miss none of my blessings. No blessings have passed me just yet. I see them from afar, that's why. Anyways, so yeah, Sagittarius. Expanding your mind, realizing there's a higher octave to all ish. Okay, there's always a spiritual nature to all things manifested or physical. Okay, and there's a need to unearth the deep-seated issues that we have so we can live in a better steed in this life. Because again, we didn't come here to be mediocre or live haphazardly. We come here to be on purpose and live grandly. Okay, so that's the first. Let's see what else is going down. We've got different moon phases. Okay, on the 7th, we have Neptune. I call them sightseeing, okay? When you can see the planets with your naked eye. But with Neptune, because it's so far away, okay? And Neptune is a modern ruler for Pisces. Its original ruler is also Jupiter. Neptune is looking at your idealism, your watery nature, your intuition, your all of the stuff that they say about Pisces that's like kind of low vibration, like the dreamer or the the lazy, the procrastinator, and that kind of it is Neptune's energy. But it's not a bad thing because there's a high and a low vibration to all things. We need to be idealistic. Some our ideals is what creates our realities. So make them of high vibration, and it being seen to be aloof or unrealistic is only to the said eyes. It's it will only be gauged by someone's perception. So if you can dream something up, then you can make it your reality. Okay, and Neptune helps you realize your ideals or put them into fruition and put them into some kind of structure. It will be good if you use the Mercury and Virgo polarity, because every sign has a polarity except Ophiuchus, because it's this newly discovered sign. But Ophiuchus is usually clustered with Scorpio. So the polar opposite of Scorpio is Taurus, and so Ophiuchus might go underneath that as well. But I say like the polar opposite of Sagittarius is Gemini, where like Gemini is looking at the everyday stuff, Sagittarius looking at the higher plane stuff, and Scorpio is looking at inheritance as well, because it's ruled by the 8th house, also secrets and dark broody stuff and water energy, deep stuff. Taurus is looking at the surface things and material things and strong stuff, firm things, polar opposites, but integrating, balancing, culminating the two helps you get the higher vibration. And this is what Sagittarius, Pluto and Saturn being in Sagittarius is calling us to understand. And it's so just such a shame always that everybody's still on heavy on the Western astrology, because then it kind of bypasses the lesson a little bit, because it's like, I think they would say that Pluto and Saturn are in Capricorn, I believe. If not, it would be Scorpio. I think they said it's in Capricorn, but just kind of pushes you up before you. It's like pushing you to run before you can crawl, or before you can walk. So please do share that we are here to do the Western. We are here to rid ourselves of the Western astrology, and I say that not in very loosely. I don't mean rid, because it deals with the aspects and technicalities similarly, but the only difference is that it kind of like disrupts the realness of it, the trueality of it, because again, the Western astrology cuts it to 30 degrees, and like I said earlier, Virgo is like 47% of the sky. So how many people that actually in the Virgo constellation, born under Virgo, actually thinking they're Libras or what's the other one, Scorpios? I don't know, but yeah, because I mean, Virgo season starts from September the 15th to November the 4th. The whole, all Libras wiped off right there. There's no Libra there. Libra starts on the 4th of November to the 22nd, you know? It's a big mind fuck. But it's okay, we get it. Again, Neptune will be able to sightsee Neptune on the 7th, and I'll come in and talk about that. Okay. And then on the 8th, we have a very large moon, because it's called a perigee, where the moon looks really big because it's closest to the Earth. And then you have the apogee, which is when the moon looks really small because it's furthest away from the Earth. Okay. Then we have our new moon in Leo on Sol Day on the 9th of September. Okay. Then we have on the 14th of September, which I'm going to come in and do a daily power out on that one. Also on the 9th, we have some meteor showers, Piscids, and we'll come in and talk about that as well. I don't know how to pronounce this word, but some meteor showers at its peak on the 9th, okay? I believe it's around the Pisces constellation. I'm going to get back to you on that one. Okay, and then on the 14th, we have the moon and Jupiter. And the moon's going to be in Scorpio conjunct, okay? And it's like your emotions and your opportunities are going to be closer to you. So what you going to do about it, okay? We'll come back and talk about that. And then of course on the 15th, the sun moves out of the Leo constellation into the Virgo constellation. And remember, Virgo, you are imperfectly perfect. And that's just not Virgo. In the season of Virgo, remember that also, all of us, we are imperfectly perfect. As long as we're striving to be our highest heights always, we're already winning, okay? We've already won. Just always strive to be high vibing and not dense and lowering your vibration because of others or due to others. Okay. Then on the 16th, I mean, from the 14th until I say 8th, the moon in Ophiuchus. I would love for you to take note of these days. From the 15th to the 18th, how do you feel? Because again, Ophiuchus is a very uncommonly known sign, right? And I'm understanding it more and more, and it's so heavy in my chart that I feel it very strongly, but I want to understand how you all feel it. Ophiuchus generally is all about healing the womb issues, and not just womb issues that you would have acquired, but generally issues of the womb, and the womb meaning the abyss, the folly and the fuckery that we have been told about the abyss, the spirit realm, spirituality in general, all things non-physical. Okay. And Ophiuchus is that feminine energy. Other than Virgo, which is seen as the only female archetype in the zodiac, we have Ophiuchus also, who governs actually ethers, which is all the elements. Okay. And then we have on the 19th, another special day, we have the moon in Sagittarius moving into Capricorn. I mentioned that because we have a trine with the sun in Virgo and the moon in Capricorn, and those two earth signs. Oh, hold on a minute. Excuse me. The moon is in Sagittarius, and thereafter it goes into Capricorn later on in the day. But this trine alone is very stabilizing, it's very grounding. And again, it's grounding what we are expanding. And that's on the 19th. And then on the 21st, we have some this Piscids peak meteor shower, again on the 21st. Okay, and then we have the autumn equinox on the 23rd. Okay, and this is the time where we're ushering in the new season, which is autumn. the equinoxes and the solstices are the markers for the seasonal changes, and there's four. It's going to be the winter and the summer solstice, July and December, and then we have March and September for the for the equinoxes. And the equinoxes is detailing the time where both day and night are balanced. You're gonna have enough, get the same amount of daytime as there is nighttime. Where before, when we was coming into the summer season or the summer solstice, we had more daylight and less nighttime. Okay. So what else is going on to autumn equinox? And then we have the full moon, and it's called the harvest moon, and it's in Pisces on the 24th. Okay. Pisces full moon on the 24th. And then on the 25th, we have Venus at its brightest. It's not at its eastern elongation, but it's going to be very visible in the night sky on the 25th. And we come back and see that, because actually I felt bad that I missed Mars's day around the 26th as well. That full moon was so powerful, and it was working me so deep. I couldn't even come in and do a recording for you. And I did a little something on my WhatsApp groups and that, but you know, I apologize for that, but I'm still going to talk about that because it's still on my mind, on my heart, and it's, like I said, it's working me so much. And just the fact that it was in Aquarius, and it was in 8 degrees Aquarius as well on the 8th month, talking about our power and owning our power, knowing that we're going and moving into the Aquarius age. Don't elude yourself, okay? Saturn be telling me to tell everybody, don't elude yourself, okay? Don't elude yourself. Own your power, work your magic. Okay. And on the 29th as well, we have a very nice balance of just earth, of Libra. I said Libra, I mean Venus energy, because we have both the soul and the moon in earth signs, and in the sign of Virgo, the soul is, and the moon is going to be in Taurus. So that's looking at communicating what we want practically to stabilize our moods, to concrete and finite our moods, even to satisfy our moods, because Taurus is all about satisfaction, you know. Yeah. And then again, of course, on the 30th, which is the last day of the month, ending on a creative vibe, 30, creating through spirit as well, the 0 being spirituality, the abyss I was talking about just now, 3 being that creativity, that synergy, that trinity, that community, communions, you know. Be sure that you work your magic in regards to the message that Pluto has for you. If you don't check out the zodiac signs, then please meditate on it for yourself. Check what it is that you need to do, because it's not just for you, it's for us all. And we need you to be on your square as much as we're all getting on ours. Harry? Yeah. Brilliant. So additional messages, we've got some little spread here. So the general consensus, or the general energy that the whole collective is going to be going through this month is the Hangman. Okay, the Hangman is speaking about us being somewhat in a limbo state. Okay, hanging in there, knowing and being enlightened by a lot of things, because you know this whole era that is truth that's coming through. Like, there's no real way to negate or evade it. You might want to shut your ears off to it, but that's on you. And you know you'll be a fool for that, because there's going to be more work for you to do. We all have the inclinations in our heart and in our gut. Okay, it's whether our mind allows us to move with it, or do we just want to stay stagnant, hanging around, coaching, and not finding nothing. Go look at this shape that they got here. It's like a number 4, and 4 is all about foundation, founding things, concreting things. And you hanging in the air and doing that, even though 4 is an air sign as well, very mental. You have the enlightenment. You must move with it. That doesn't mean rush. No. We just had Mars come out of its retrograde phase in Capricorn, and I could just imagine Mars is like, how much longer? Because like Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, is very methodical. What's that? Like, it's steadfast. There's no fastness with Capricorn. It's steadfast. Okay. And yeah, Mars being all about action, move, let's go. Like there's like clashing, right? But it's good because this is the kind of things I speak about. We have to go through different energies to temper ourselves, because it's not because we are Mars that means we have to run with everything, because you know that running with everything is not good. It can serve a purpose, serve really well in some places, but not all the time. So we have to pick and choose wisely, you know? So the Hangman, you're enlightened. Move with your heart, with your hunches, the gut feelings, the heart wrenches. Okay. Lessons to learn. We have abundance. And the affirmation is, I deserve love, prosperity, and success. Again, this message about us, as much as we may not try, this is what we've been enlightened about. Love is everything. Stop eluding yourself about that. Stop trying to act like, you know, just true love. Okay, divine love is what's important. The message was personal, so I didn't get out to you. Just like, yeah, it wasn't a collective message. Saying that, they were like, yeah, sometimes the collective need to hear your personal message, and they get that all the time. Anyways, can you people just stop trying to pull me out there like that? Okay, sorry, this is my purpose. This is my way. I was born to do this. So, yes, true love is what the whole collective knows is what's real, although we go for what it all looks like. And we want it to look good naked, physically, but it's great naked spiritually. Remember that. Because again, what we see with our physical eye, they share. It's only half the story. It's an illusion even. What we see with our first eye is the truth. It's unseen, it's untold, and it stands alone. Okay? So again, you are worthy of love, prosperity, and abundance. You are abundant being. That's another thing that we elude ourselves. You know, that the feeling of like, oh, I'm not strong enough, I'm not wise enough, I'm not this enough. You're everything. And you can be more as long as you put the work in. And it's up to you to do that. And this is why we say that you could go through all kinds of atrocities as a child. But when you get into adulthood, it's not okay for you to then perpetrate your shit onto others just because that's what you got. Like, you have to know that, okay, that wasn't good for me, so let me not perpetrate that onto somebody. And sometimes it's hard because it is a mind fuck. If you get treated a certain way as a child, like, it's very hard to shake that, because children are absorbing so much. And as I speak, I'm like, oh God, the way I shout at my children sometimes, I'm so bad. I'm tempering, trying, striving always to be best that I can be in the circumstances that I've given you. But still, we are all abundant beings. We all deserve and can become more prosperous than we already are. And again, well, that goes hand in hand with abundance, but abundance isn't just about money. Abundance is having a lot of all things that you love, like even love, an abundance of love, an abundance of good health, an abundance of good family and friends, an abundance of just peace, bliss, you know? Call on your abundance, know that you deserve it, and you can attain and sustain it. It is time for your life to flow with prosperity, love, and success. You draw from the limitless universal pool according to your belief in how much you deserve. So angel wisdom is reminding you now to believe in yourself and trust that you deserve more. Then you will attract abundance and the true riches of life. To feel surrounded by love, open your heart to others. Choose to do what fulfills you most, and the angels will bring you joy, satisfaction, and success. Enhance your prosperity by receiving graciously, giving out willingly, and saying thank you for everything. Enjoy all you have, and more will come to you. Boom. Again, you are deserving of more. Give thanks for all that you have, and more will come unto you. Simple as. Okay. And what is the current stage or phase that we are in collectively? We have mercy. And the affirmation is, I am merciful. We'll read. To develop the quality of mercy, forgive yourself and everyone around you. Be magnanimous. See the good in others and give them the benefit of the doubt. Open up to compassion, but most of all, access the wisdom within that recognizes the divine in every creature. When you temper your attitude to others with mercy, you offer them grace. You spread much light, joy, and freedom and empower others to find the good in themselves. Choosing this card may mean that the angels of mercy are offering you release from your pain or difficulties. Accept it graciously. Okay? And how do we move forward? Archangel Uriel. I almost cried when this came out. And I'm going to read and let you know. Affirmation is, I am one with everyone in peace and serenity. And it reads, Archangel Uriel works on the ruby ray, which is made up of purple and gold. It is the ray of wisdom and spirituality. You are blessed to attract this angel card, for he will bring you serenity, love, tranquility, and peace. You, in turn, are invited to spread these beautiful qualities to others. Connecting with Archangel Uriel will enable you to aspire to oneness with all humanity. This is a high state of grace, which will bring you freedom and joy. Visualize yourself in a purple and golden cloak and invoke Archangel Uriel's help to raise your consciousness. The affirmation is, I am one with everyone in peace and serenity. Okay, why it triggered me because of this current state that we're in, mercy, and the need to forgive and release. And when this card came out, that the affirmation about us being one, it's like, I find it so hard for people to really grasp that. And I know it and I move with it. But when I realize the backlash I get because of it, it's like, oh, hard work. This is hard work, and it doesn't have to be. It's because of my own way of doing things. And that's what I need to work on. Because yes, we are all one, but we are, as I know, in different phases and stages in life. So we may not all understand that. And where you want to be merciful to some people and you want to, sometimes the what you do like this is actually by being like this. And that is, it's not hard for me because I'm very easy to cut people off. But when people come back, I like to give people chances, but don't get twisted. Don't mean you come back better. No, it's just that my heart is like, yeah. And sometimes I get hurt because I see people hurting themselves, and that is such a Pisces thing. But I've been definitely getting harder. But I've got Pisces and Libra, and both of them are very like, oh, people, can I help? And it's like, thank fuck for my fire sign energies in here, and I love to work with. I love my Aries and the Sagittarius side because like that gives me my fire, and thank fuck for that. Because all that water and air. But yes, I know we are going through these changes, and it's gonna like, I said culmination season for a reason, because you could have just said the completer or the ending new and beginning, or culmination is like that. If you look at it, if you think about it, meaning there's gonna be some more rough and tough tumbles and shit to come before we can move on up and high, naturally flying. Okay, and this month is gonna bring a few tests. It's gonna bring a few tests, just like last month. Like, it's all about us owning our power, so we have to be given some kind of situations and shit to test our resolve and see how much we really understanding and working and twerking our power, but understanding that we are all one is very important. And that's how we can connect certain ways. That's why I can read these tarots and get people from all kinds across the ways. And because people are people. We all have different perspectives, different ways of seeing things. And last month I got a lot of backlash from just for me just being and sharing and stuff. And it's like, it doesn't stop me. But it saddens me, because it's all from the heart and it's all truth. But people's perceptions and stuff like that pulls them off. And when I check what the perspective, what the things are, it's like, oh, really? That? Yeah. Because some of our mindsets are really fucking us up. Really, really, really fucking us up. But that's okay, because you know what? We had to go through that to know better. So let's get it. Let's understand that. What we do, we know. We're hanging out there, lingering for a minute before we're ready to just be, before the blood all rushes down. It's like, no. Fine, I got it. Let me get up now. I know life is all about unconditional love. Let me do that to myself and all else will follow. Okay? And it's like, yes, new cycles. After we get into the real loving, divine kind of love, then justice. And the world is anew, full of joy and wisdom. Moving forward. I'll leave it there. I think the tower comes in a few ages later. That'll be nice. But seriously, abundance is ours. We are magnanimous. Don't shrink yourself. Shine your light bright. Have mercy on yourself and others. Forgive yourself for your inadequacies. As long as you're striving to do better by them, like I said, you already have won. Okay? I know the best thing for us to know to move forward is that we are all one. We are all one. I know that all the technology that you use outside of you, we are the blueprint for that, my G. Give thanks. Oneness, peace, love, and much, 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 much. Stories at Rustic Gems by Apparel and Aspire Higher. Ciao. Good one.